On this cabinet we have a few things to pay attention to. We have the screen, the computer that shows lots of information that you can look into. You have emergency stop. The engine will not start once it's in, and it cuts off the power immediately. You also have rod spinner on, rod spinner off. You have the remote control socket. You have 24 volt 10 amp, where you could use secondary. You can use lights or whatever you want to have 24 volt. You also have 230 up to together 1200 watt. That could be for lights, hand tool, or even a pump. The hydraulic hose set has now been connected. Each coupling has a port. You can't mix it. So as long as all ports are full, everything is good. Over here, I'll just show you. Final screw coupling. Connected like so. Remember, all the way in, all the way to the end, like that, and a quarter back. The couplings from the rod spinner is not screw, they are snap, like that. And like that. There you go. All done. High pressure air hose is collected like so. Press. Gun is active. To remove the air hose under pressure, in like that. Release like that. If there is debris inside the thread, that can be removed by the high pressure air. Like so. This galvanized box, we have two things going on. We have the rod spinner, the parking position for the rod spinner on top of the vertical peg. We have the small chamber for all our accessories. And we have the major compartment for all the hydraulic hoses. We're now moving the spinner to the back end of the machine. On the back of the machine, you have this rod spinner rail. There's a stopper in each side, so you can load the rod spinner from right or left. So in this particular case, we load the rod spinner in from the right side, and we leave the stop peg in the left side. Remember, the peg is in. So you got one wheel on the inside and a set of wheels in between. And then it slides in beautifully, and immediately you put the secondary locking pin in. Now the rod spinner. Double check, all my hoses are connected, both on the rake and on the power pack. We go to the power pack. Switch on, main switch. Light is on, power is on. Breaker is out. Everything is good. Turn on the computer. The rig is now ready for operation. the power pack by one press of a button. You hear the click. The power pack's been started. And before we can go to the unit to start spinning the rods on, we have to press the green button for the rod spinner. Now the rod spinner is active as well. Before we start pushing the rods up, we have a rod support. Position it like so. That will help the actual system carry the rod when we are screwing the rods on and off. Right. All these doors are now open or inactivated. They're all open up, and we will now begin loading the rods into the 247. First lead rod, pilot rod, we attach that to the first meter rod like so. We have the electric Abbas winch. Here's the rod by the Abbas electric winch. Find the male thread. Remove the crane. Then we move the spinner into position. We catch the 6-inch thingy bobby, and then we turn the rod on. Vi prøver lige at sige det en gang mere.
Kan bare lige køre?
Jo, vi kører bare lige på stænger på. The machine is activated. And we now move the carriage back. The rod is moved forward. The carriage is coming back again. 2 cycles per rod. We lift the rod by the Abbas electric winch. We find the male thread on the first rod. Let go. Leave it to rest on the rod rest. We find the 6-edge knob with the spinner slowly in the beginning, and then we move the rods together like so. Move the spinner out of the way, and then we're ready for another push.
Sådan der. Og den anden også. Lidt massage. Jeg tror bare, vi tager en ny sekvens. Prøv lige igen.
Ja, jamen, du kører bare, for jeg klipper bare det her væk.
Much more smooth.
Så kan vi lukke den igen.
Ja.
We've now pushed the rods all the way up through the existing pipeline. We then move the attention to the hatches and we change red jaw from active to inactive, and then we activate the 2 green teams ready for pullback. T2 has now begun. Again, 2 cycles per rod. We move the carriage back, and when it comes to the end, we move the rod a few inches. That means you now have pressurized the rod inside the machine, and the rod outside the machine is without pressure. What we did before. Putting the containers back into the rods back into the container.